Hi friends, I'm Melissa. Welcome to my channel, Melissa in Real Life. Melissa in Real Life was supposed to be super laid back and funny and not serious at all. But I have been hearing so much about how people are really going through a lot of depression with the whole COVID-19 thing and quarantine and not having money to pay their bills and not going to work, and everybody's just kind of stressed out, and that's leading to some really bad feelings. And I've seen it with my friends too. They're really struggling mentally, and I decided that I know about depression. I'm basically professional at depression. So I thought that I would make a video trying to help somebody. And I know that probably one of the first things you're gonna wonder is, why should I watch this video? What can this girl tell me? She's not a doctor, not a therapist, not a mental health professional in any way. But I have lived with bipolar for a long time, and depression is a very big part of my life. The other thing that you're probably going to think if you watch this video is that I'm making it sound way too easy and it's harder than that, or that I'm just like, I don't actually know what I'm talking about and I can't actually have depression if these are the things that I'm saying. But I know it's not as easy as I'm going to make it sound. I know it's a lot of hard work because I put the hard work in. For years and years, I have learned and grown and figured these things out. So now I'm sharing them with you who might have never had these kind of depression feelings, and hopefully instead of going through it for a really long time and not being able to work through it, then you will take my advice and learn from the hard work that I put in. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a mental health professional in any way, shape, or form. I usually don't even talk that much about my mental illnesses because I don't like to talk about them. I just don't. But I think right now it's probably pretty important that happens. I'm going to put the link for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline under this video. So the very first thing that I want to say, most important of all, is talk to somebody about how you're feeling. That was the hardest thing for me to overcome because, it's kind of embarrassing, actually. That's how I felt. I was embarrassed by it. People don't like to admit that they're having these feelings, like, especially suicidal feelings. Nobody wants to admit to that. But we need to be talking about it more. It needs to stop being embarrassing. It needs to be something that we can talk about. And when I started being honest and telling people, migraines were my go-to. Like, if I was depressed, I would tell the people around me that I had a migraine. That's why I was laying in bed for 3 days, is because I had a migraine, when honestly it was just, I was depressed. And when I started being honest and saying, hey, like, I'm having these bad feelings, I don't want to do this anymore, like, I just want to lay in bed and cry. And a lot of times it's hard to talk about because you don't even know why. You can't really put together. But in this situation, if this is all brand new, if you've never dealt with depression before and it's this overwhelming thing that is happening in the world, then I mean, it can be pretty hard to be like, I, I'm I'm feeling very sad and like I don't want to get out of bed because like I have to homeschool my kids. Like, who wants to say that? People don't want to say that. But say it. Say it. Be real about your feelings, because that is what helped me more than anything. Because if you say out loud how you are feeling, or just even if all you can say is, I just feel really overwhelmed, I feel really sad, I feel like I don't want to get out of bed. If you just say what you can, then at least you have somebody else who knows what's going on, and they probably don't have the right words to fix it, but I mean, it'll be okay. I mean, that doesn't really fix it. Of course, it'll be okay. It's going to be okay, but just getting the words out, a lot of times it helps. And also, writing helps me a lot. I'm a writer. I like to write, so I also tell somebody, though. I don't just keep it in my journal to myself, but those two things, just trying to get things out, definitely helps. My favorite thing to say, and probably people's least favorite thing to hear from me, is you need to change your mind. Now, our brains are made, for whatever reason, they like to focus on the negative things. And studies have proven this. This is what happens. Your brain holds on to things that are negative a lot more than they hang on to what's positive. I'll put a link for an article proving that down below. But changing your mind has a huge impact. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's not that easy. Like, you can't just be like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling overwhelmed and sad. Oh no, I'm happy. And then boom, it's done. No, it takes a lot of work. Like, you have to actually sit and think about the positives. You have to sit and think about what is going good, and it does take work. But if you can change your mind, then you change your mind. One thing that really helps me with this is when I try to do this every single morning before ever getting out of bed, but I list everything that I'm grateful for, because no matter what, regardless of the situation, there's never a situation where there is nothing at all to be grateful for in the situation. Maybe it's just that, you have a bed. Maybe it's simply that when you go and turn the faucet on, water comes out. Like, maybe it's your dog. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you have something to be grateful for. And some days I really have to dig to find that. And some days I could list things all day, like, the sky's blue today and that makes me so super happy. And I mean, it just helps to think about things that you're grateful for, and that helps to make you feel more positive and kind of switch your brain to change it to focus on the good. The thing is when no matter what's happening in your life, the same thing is going to be happening if you think positively about it or negatively about it. So, like, let's say you don't have a job and you're not sure where you're going to get the money to pay rent this month. That problem is still going to be there. Even if you take time out of your life to try and sit and think okay, but I still do have a roof over my head right now. I have clothes, I have food in the refrigerator, and then, I mean, the problem's still going to be there one way or another. And I can guarantee you that things do work out. Like, things work out. It will work out. And that might take some work. But you're not going to be further ahead and closer to solving the problem if you're depressed and laying in your bed crying all day. So, I mean, that sounds kind of harsh. Like, it does. And I hate to hear that. I hate when people tell me that. Like, it does no good to sit and cry in your bed all day. Well, I know that, but I feel depressed. So that brings me to my next thing. When you're depressed, I know the feeling. Like, you just want to hide from the world. Like, you just want to stay in your bed and you just want to sleep. You want to cry. You want to feel all these bad feelings. It's so comfortable. Depression, really, it can get so comfortable. And the more you do it, the more you allow it, the more comfortable it seems. And I know this for a fact because I have spent large amount of times laying in my bed crying. Yeah, so, and things got worse. Things didn't get better because I laid in my bed and cried. Things got worse. So my basic rules for depression are things that every time I feel, I mean, I've been living with depression for a long time, so I can usually feel when I'm getting ready to have a depression episode and try to stop it. But this might be new to you. And if this is new to you, then this will be super helpful. The first rule is I allow myself to feel all my bad feelings. I don't deny myself because I'm feeling bad feelings. I don't deny myself that feeling of sadness or hurt or pain or whatever it is that I'm feeling. I allow the bad feelings to come, but I set a time limit. Honest to goodness, I get out my phone, set an alarm. No more. I don't do any more than 1 hour. I don't have more than an hour to get to depression, period. And I know that it feels like you cannot get up out of that bed, but that's not true. Physically, you can get up out of that bed. When the alarm goes off, you can physically get out of that bed. Your depression is not stopping you from physically getting out of the bed. Your brain is mentally telling you you can't get out of that bed. There's a big difference. So once that alarm goes off, and don't give yourself, I mean, maybe 4 hours. You can be as sad as you want. I wouldn't do more than that. Like, there's too many things to be doing, better things to be doing. Let yourself feel the feelings, but then get up. And when my alarm goes off, I get up and I usually go and take a shower, put real clothes on. It is so oversaid, I know, but it is not overdone that you need to shower and put on clothes. And it's so easy to really get into depression when you don't have a schedule, you're not doing anything. It's so easy just to get sucked into it. Like, why would I take a shower? Why would I put on real clothes? Why would I put makeup on or do my hair? Like, why would I do any of these things when all I'm going to be doing is sitting in this house looking at my children and my dog or whatever, or maybe nobody. But do it anyway, because the better you look, the better you feel. I have proven that myself. The better I look, the better I feel. Days when I'm starting to feel like might be a downward spiral, you better believe I'm going to be wearing my best and have my hair and makeup done perfectly. Like, that's going to happen. And after I take a shower and all that, then at least one productive thing every single day. I don't care if that one productive thing is only making your bed. Making your bed is very important. Once you get out of bed, make that bed, because nobody wants to get into a bed that they just made. Like, if you put the effort into it, especially when you're depressed, you put the effort into making your bed, you want to stay out of it until it's time to go to sleep again. But doing at least one productive thing every single day, you have to do that. I seriously, I don't care how small that thing is. I don't care if it's just you're picking up all the tissues that you've thrown all over when you were having your feeling your feelings time. If that's all you can do, whatever. Because once you're productive, then that gives you a good feeling. You're like, oh, look at me. Like, I look nice. I'm clean. I was productive. And you can just build on those good feelings. Build on those good feelings. It's how it works. Like, the more good feelings you have, the less bad feelings you have. The more you concentrate on the good feelings, the more the bad feelings go away. I mean, it's worked literally every single time for me. Still alive. I'm still here after many times that I thought I wouldn't be. These are all things that I do that have literally kept me alive. And so, another trick is go outside. I don't care if you go outside at least 5 minutes. I don't care if it's on your front porch. I don't care what's going on. If it's like raining, whatever. 5 minutes at least outside. Just outside. Just do it. Trust me. And my weirdest little trick is smile. Even when you're sad, even when that's the last thing that you want to do, there's another link that I'm going to put below, is about how if you smile, it automatically reduces stress. So your brain's kind of lazy. It's just like, what? Oh, we're smiling, that's good. We must be happy. It's a very confused thing, but it makes a huge difference. But my two biggest go-tos when I'm feeling bad is my gratitude list and smiling. People probably think I'm weird because I'll just like randomly smile out of nowhere all the time. Even if I'm just feeling like in the middle, I'm not really feeling happy or sad, then I would rather feel happy, so I smile. But I really hope that somebody listens to this and it makes a difference, and we're going to get through it. It's going to happen. We're going to come out on the other side. It might not be the same as before, but now you know how to deal with when it seems like the whole entire world is falling apart. I mean, you've learned something from this, and hopefully something from my video. So everybody take care of yourself. Stay home. Stay healthy if you can. Wear your mask. Get out of bed. take a shower. You'll feel better. I promise.